Personal finance and budgeting is all about knowing where your money is actually going. It means tracking your expenses, saving wisely, and making those smart investments. If you're someone who's really into that, then welcome to my new series called The Month End. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Shandilia, and I make videos about personal finances, budgeting, saving, and investing in Canada. Also, I share my own journey to financial freedom, and this channel is all about transparency. Today, we're kicking off something new. I'm starting a new series called A Month End, where I will be sharing my personal finances, which includes my income, my savings, my investments, and what kind of expenses I did. So, grab a coffee and let's get started. Let's start by talking about my income in the month of January. So I have total three sources of income. First one is my full-time job, the second one is my part-time job, and the third one is some of the benefits that I got from the governments and the interest that I gained from putting my money in the savings account. So let's talk about each one individually. So let's talk about my income from my full-time job. So I earn about $2,987.87 from it. From my part-time job, I earn about $1,087.07. From the tax benefits and the interest that I gain from my savings account, I earned about $390.87. If we add everything up, the total comes to about $4,465.81. This is after paying tax. So, as you can see, it is quite a lot of money. But with that, I made more expenses this month compared to my budget. So let's talk about that in the next segment of the video. Let's talk about the most traumatizing and the important thing at the same time, the expenses. Now, for the month of January, I spent about $362 in my rent. This includes my utility as well. The second is I spent about $432.62 as my credit card bill. This includes my grocery and my phone bill. Now, where I go to work, I share a ride with my friend. That costed me about $230 a month. And last, I have spent about $206.15 while buying a concert ticket that counts as an entertainment. So that's the whole expense. And if I add everything up, that it comes to about $1,243.77. But that's not the end of it. I also send money back to India, which is about $627.69. If I take into that account, then out of my income, I have left with about $2,594.35, which is okay. So let's discuss what I did with that money in the next portion of the video. Okay, so after my expenses, I've been left with $2,594.35. Now, out of that, I have sent about $503.35 to my high interest savings accounts for my emergency fund. The rest of the money, which is about $2,091, I have put every single one penny to my investments. So, to talk about my investment, out of those $2,091, $1,632 goes to my TFSA managed account, which is in Wealthsimple. And the other $459 also goes to my TFSA, but it goes to my self-directed account, also in Wealthsimple. So as a combined, my $2,091 is already making money for me. Now, if I talk about my portfolio, it is up by 3% last month, which is okay. Now, since I have already talked about my income, my expenses, and my investments, but we haven't even accounted the budget yet. We should run according to the budget which I discussed in this video. So let's discuss that in the next portion of the video where we stand throughout. Alright, so let's discuss, did we spend more or invested less compared to our income, and how and where we stand according to our budget. So let's get started. Okay, so let's start with my salary. So my prediction was to earn about $2,300 every single month. We ended up making about $4,465, which is almost double. Now let's talk about expenses. So I should spend about 36% about my income, which comes to about $827, but we only spend about 27%. So we also want that. Now I send about 14% of my income back to India compared to my budgeted, which is about 25%. So that's also good. If I talk about my investments, that's the biggest try that I've made. According to my budget, I should invest about 24% of my salary, which is about $560 a month. However, we ended up investing about 46% of our salary, which comes to about $2,091. And that I'm really proud of. As a saving, we ended up saving less. I should save about 14% of my salary, but I only saved 11% of it. But now the reason behind is that I already have few money in my high interest savings account, so I'm not too worried about it right now. As long as I'm growing that account by some amount, that's all I care. So as in whole, we are quite good according to the budget. Our expenses is low and our investments are more. So I'm happy with that. Okay, so that's now wrap up my episode for the month end series for January about my personal finances. If you really enjoy it, then please subscribe to my channel and share this video to everyone you know. Also, if you have a particular topic which I should discuss, then please hit the comment section below and I will take a look at it. Now, until next time, stay financially savvy and peace.